All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of That's whY2K. Gen Z has the floor. My name is Nisa Muhammad, and I serve as the Community Outreach Specialist here at the YWCA Family Resource Center. And joining me this evening, we have some old friends, some new friends, and a topic that is going to blow you all away. But before we get to it, I want my friends to introduce themselves. Whoever would like to go first.
Hi, I'm Stanley Stadelmeyer. I'm a sophomore at John Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jayla Stafford. And I'm a freshman at Ramsey.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Mason, and I'm also a freshman at Ramsey.
Okay, Ramsey in the house. Stanley, they talk about your school, man. Ramsey rolling deep. So as you know, Miss Destiny is typically with us. Y'all, she's not feeling well today, so we're gonna send her lots of love and energy and light and prayers her way so that she can join us for the Q&A section. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. So the first thing that I want to do is I would like us to have a moment of silence. There has been so much going on since our last episode. I feel like it wouldn't be right to start it without one. So our moment of silence is dedicated to Corey Gaither, and I do apologize if I mispronounce her name. She was an LSU student who went missing on April 6th, and unfortunately, a few days later, she was found dead. Our moment of silence is for Adam Toledo, a 13-year-old who was fatally shot and killed by Chicago police officer Eric Stillman. Our moment of silence is for Dante Wright, a 20-year-old male who was fatally shot by former officer Kim Porter. Our moment of silence is for Jasmine Adam, a 7-year-old girl shot and killed in a drive-by at McDonald's. Our moment of silence is for Micaiah Bryant, a 15-year-old baby shot and killed in Columbus, Ohio. And this was just minutes after Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 charges related to the murder of George Floyd. So our moment of silence is for them. Thank you all. Okay, I know our moment of silence was a little heavy, but I promise you we're not going to keep the energy heavy this entire time. The topic of this month's whY2K is very fun. It's social media. It's something that we all love, something that we all use. So what's new in the world, y'all? Is there anything that y'all have saw on the internet, anything that y'all read about or heard, and you were like, oh, I got to tell the world this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, y'all know me. I always do my research. So, and this is a bit of justice, right? In the wake of all the sad things that have been going on. So, as I said earlier, Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 counts of murder when it comes to George Floyd. So, I mean, that is something that is a big sigh of relief for not only his family, but those of us who have given our hearts to the trial and really felt that sense of loss. Something else that's going on. So the FDA and the CDC, they're recommending that people hold off on getting the Johnson and Johnson shot. Apparently, there are some severe blood clots happening there. So I thought that was pretty like we might need to tell people about that. So that's something to know, everyone. Who's a sneakerhead? Anybody love shoes in general? Kenny Gibbs like me. Okay. I like heels, but for you sneakerheads, Nike would like to resell any sneakers that you have worn or bought within 60 days, right? And this is so they can be environmentally sound because everybody's all save the planet now. We love to hear it. The only thing about it is they're not saying anything about you getting paid for turning in your sneakers. So it's like if I bought them for $250, I give them to you for free. You refurbish them and make a profit. What do I get except one less pair of shoes? Nike, let's talk. Um, I don't. Do y'all know who Macaulay Culkin is? Home Alone. Y'all ever seen Home Alone? Okay, yeah. This is telling me how old I am, okay? Okay, so Macaulay Culkin and London Tipton from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, yay me! They had a baby. They had a baby. And they named her Dakota. And it might not be that big a deal to y'all, but I'm old. And so we loved them growing up. So that's super, super cool. Yes, I thought that was super cool. You laughing because I'm old, Stanley? That's
No, I'm
cold.
laughing because it's funny.
That's exciting, okay?
It is.
They're giving more. I love it. I love it. And then the last thing, y'all don't know this. I'm a huge hip hop head, like huge hip hop head. Like put on any song, I could probably rap it from East Coast to West Coast to the islands. DMX passed, y'all. My uncle Earl Simmons, and it broke my little heart. So he did pass, unfortunately, April 9th. We also lost Shock G last night. Y'all don't know who that is, but the Humpty Dance is the dance to move you up, okay? And then Black Rob unfortunately passed. So a lot of our hip hop legends are leaving us. So more prayers and love and light to their families during their time of mourning. Are y'all ready to talk social media? Benithia, you ready? Okay, I didn't give you a disclosure. I'm mad random, so you don't know what's gonna happen here, okay? So, what's prevalent? What are y'all using? What are the social media platforms that y'all get on your phones? This is mine, and y'all be like,
I've got Instagram.
okay.
For me, what'd you say, Kennedy?
Ooh.
Yeah, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram for me.
So nobody's on Facebook but me?
No,
Ooh, shots
I
fired.
use it, but I don't.
Oh, I'm old
It
for
doesn't mean
real.
it's old, because there's a lot of people from our generation that still use it. Just not
Hey, don't
I
feel
have friends
old.
on Facebook.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Insta, we got Snapchat, we got TikTok, right? Okay, we'll stick to those platforms. Millennials, they calling us out, y'all. We getting out of these streets. Okay, what's the one where people talk like you get on and you talk to other people? It's like Neely or something like that, I think, or something like a real funky. Yes, that. What is that?
Oh.
You said what app?
It's about Omegle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, you type in a name and then you go into this chat room. Like you're in a chat room by yourself. It's basically like a little Zoom, but with random people from all over the world, basically.
Oh, that ain't nothing but Black Planet Remix. That's what we had back in the day. It was called Black Planet. Okay, so these are the platforms y'all use. Y'all use TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. We'll stick to those three since those are the popular three.
Yeah.
So that was like, yeah, stay in the young people's lane. So let's talk about it. What are y'all's thoughts on social media as a whole, and basically like the hand that it has in making people feel like they're not enough or they're not doing enough, especially for your generation? What do you all think about that?
Well, I think that one of the big things with social media is like you're always trying to put your best out there and show people like your best look or the best thing that you did over the weekend or like the best moment of your break. And so no one ever gets to see like normal you. And so everybody just ends up comparing themselves to like perfection or what looks like perfection anyway.
I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I do too, because it's like it has its pros and its cons, but it's just like since we have such young minds and they're very impressionable, it's just like it's really, really heavy. Unless you have a strong willed mind to resist it, which most don't, it's just a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, yeah, I wonder when, like, there was a turning point because when you first got social media, it really was just to socialize. Like when it first came around, it really was for us just, keep up with our friends and like, oh, so and so moved, so we're gonna add them. It really was like that. But at some point, as the years went on, it really did turn into I just popped out the new Bugatti. Yeah, like, do you like my picture? Do you like this? Comment on that. This is what you need to have, and you're not making it. And I can't pinpoint when it happened, but it definitely happened.
Right.
Do y'all feel like for your generation there's a stronger pull to be something that you're not? Like, I know a lot of the times my brother, if I talk to him, he's like, oh, that's not cool. Oh, I can't say that, because that's not cool. Or we'll have conversations and he'll express things that he won't say around his peers because it's not what they're trying to hear.
I totally get that. Yeah, I mean, there's like almost like a divide between like what's like acceptable to show people on like social media and like what you actually want to like talk to people about. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, between cancel culture and just people speaking their minds, people tend to place themselves in this box where they feel like, okay, I'm gonna just say this and do this to this point where, oh, I don't get talked about or hated on, which is totally understandable. And it's just really depressing that it has come to that point that something so innocent turned into something so monstrous and horrendous that it's just very depressing.
Right. And I feel that these impossible standards that have been put up are a big part. Like, you're supposed to be making this much money, or you're supposed to be wearing these shoes, and if you don't, you're like lame, or you're not worthy. And I think that that's a major thing that needs to be stopped. Like, stop trying to put like standards like mm-mm.
Yes.
No, I definitely agree. Man, okay. Our newcomers are on it, y'all. Okay. Stanley, they're about to give you a run for your money. Stanley's the king of mic drops. I don't know if y'all seen any of the previous episodes, but he's the king of going like boom with his points. But y'all on him today. Okay. So I always think it's important to let students know that like your path is your path, right? So regardless of like what people have going on, what people may be doing, what people may be saying, or even what people may be posting, because trends change. I always tell my students that like at the end of the day, it's you, because past seasons don't come with bunk beds. And that needs to be the mindset when looking at social media. So what do you guys think as far as like measuring your achievements by social media, or looking at like, man, this person's this age and they're doing this, this, and this?
So I see a lot of on social media where people will like list out like on like TikToks and stuff. I've seen where people will like list out all the different accomplishments that they've done over their years, and then they'll be like, and I'm only so and so years old, and I'm only so and so years old. And I think that that can be really kind of harmful for people, especially like Kenithia was saying, with like younger impressionable minds, where they're seeing that they have to do all of these things before they get to a certain age, when really it's you have to take your own path.
Right, I agree with that. I feel like these influencers are getting like younger and younger. You got like 4-year-olds with millions of likes and views, and now you're like my age. You're like, why don't I have that? Like, why am I not living like that?
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's just like I said before, it's really depressing that you have these various ranges of ages, but then you have those that are like 14 and my age and younger or older that are just like, hey, they're this age. Why am I not at this point? I personally use it as motivation to get to that point, but I know that if I'm 14 and she's 14, that it's not gonna work out. But eventually, before I turn this age, I'll get there. I use it for motivation instead of just putting myself down, which is I never putting myself down over situations like that when I know I have the ability to get that far. Now, as far as everybody else having that ability, I feel as though everybody doesn't have that ability, but I feel as though if you make a platform to where, okay, it's like a motivational platform, but then I sit back and think everybody's not interested in it. Some people want to stay in that set in stone mindset. Everybody's not willing to have a growth mindset like you are. And so I feel as though it's just placed on how their mindset is and how if they're willing to change. If they're not willing to change, you can't help them.
Yes.
Right.
Y'all coming with the points. Now, let me ask you this, right? Because Nathan, you made a good point. You said, for you, it's like you use it as a motivation, right? For you, it's like, yeah, I can make that happen. I put my mind to it. I can totally achieve it. And Stanley, you can answer this as well, but this is mainly for the ladies. As a young lady, do you feel like social media pressures you all to look away, to be away? Like, is there a category that you feel like they put you in as a young woman?
Yes, like I said earlier, they have set some impossible standards. Like you want a girl to be thick, but you want her to be thick in only certain places. Like you don't want her to have no like fat in her stomach, but you want it other places. Like and then it's just the way the things that boys go after. Not all boys, but it's just like like they go for the thicker girls. So I'm just like, well, dang, I ain't got nothing. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't let it get to me, but it's just still there. There's not people, like Kanithia said, there are other people that have like weaker minds and that, just give into it. And not, yeah.
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 What do you think, Nathan?
I was just gonna say I agree with Jayla because it's like they want these girls that are like thick here but not thick there, and they want them to be smart but not too smart. Basically, they don't want them to challenge their masculinity. And it's a lot of females out there nowadays that will challenge your masculinity. And I just think they don't like that. So I personally, and I know a couple other females like this, they stick to what they know. They go with what they feel is right. They basically stick to their comfort zone and how they're confident. If they're confident, they don't care what the boy or the man says. So basically, I'm just saying it's really, really are scared to me the social standards and the beauty standards because like she said, you want girls to stick here but not thick there. You can't have plastic surgery because it's fake stuff in your body, but you want us to look like this. So it's just everything is contradicting itself.
They might drop you, Stanley. They out might drop you. From a young male's point of view, what do you think about, like, the beauty standards for women? Because they're there, especially on social media.
Yeah, I think there's like almost like an arms race kind of to give the prettiest girls the most likes or what people think is the most attractive. And so it's almost like people are trying to do this and this and this and this to try and beat people out, trying to make it into like a game that doesn't actually really matter. And people are starting to like base their self-worth on like how many people clicked on their photo twice, essentially. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
not
Oh yeah. That's definitely a good point. Yeah, I think it's important for like I said, for young people especially to know like Anithia said, don't be fake because the same way boys will rush to like a certain type of picture, once they start to date you, they're like, oh, well, I don't want you on social media looking like or being like or showing anything like that. But it's what they go and like. So it just goes to show you that social media is all hype. It's all good fun. Never take it too seriously unless you're making your paper from it. I'm very serious. So social media, are there boundaries to it? Do you think it's too personal? Do you think people are too accessible? Do you think people overshare?
Yes. Oversharing.
yeah.
Yes. People post any and everything, no matter what it is. Like people making it a trend to sit up here and video yourself crying and post it. Like I and you said accessibility is getting too accessible. They have messenger kids, they're working on Instagram kids, they have YouTube kids. So all these little 4-year-olds over here running around accessible to stuff like it's too accessible.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because it's just like I know most of the people who overshare. Like when the tornado came, this girl had to post on her Snapchat story that the tornado had tore up her backyard. The insurance people didn't even know. Snapchat knew before the insurance people knew. I'm like, give them a chance to get the estimate, let's see what's gonna happen. I like I didn't even know that yet. So yeah, I just feel like people overshare entirely too much.
Yeah, and,
I feel like
people-
if I can go on and scroll through your page and know everything about you, that's too much. Like if I have to sit up here and make assumptions, then that's good. But if I know everything about you, that's not good.
Yeah.
Like that's what I consider oversharing.
people like try and you're right, they like put too much out there about themselves. Like I want to get to know you in person, not from a picture of like 10 months ago. Like, and people write, I think people write all this stuff about themselves because it feels like nobody's actually looking at this stuff, even when you have proof that tons of people are looking at it. Like earlier today, one of my friends was making fun of the football team, but he did it on social media. And so the whole school saw it. And now he has the entire football team mad at him.
Can he fight? I hope he can fight or run, one or the two.
I think he can run.
Man,
I think he's a runner.
he can run. Okay. You don't want to get beat up by the football team. They bench like 350 a day, twice a day. Okay. Man. No, I definitely agree. I think especially like with the YouTube couples or like follow my YouTube, a lot of people have decided that their lives are for everyone to view, but then they get upset when you have a comment about their life. Like, baby, this is my situation too now. We are together in this.
Right.
Like, I'm your kid's auntie.
Not to say nothing. You put it out there, so I'm gonna speak my opinion.
Right.
Like your kids are my auntie. Like I'm your kid's auntie now. How's little JJ doing? Does he need some sneakers? Like I really feel like people have given a little bit too much of themselves to social media. Like if the world doesn't see it, then it's not real. And they adopt that mindset on if you're not an overshare. For instance, I don't, every once in a while I grace Instagram with a photo of all that is me. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll get a face because I'm cute or whatever, a little outfit. And it's like, oh, we thought, something happened to you or this circumstance may have taken place because you don't post that often. But it's like, okay, the people who are supposed to know what's going on in my life, they know. Everyone else, you're welcome for the glimpses I give you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like they be like people that don't post on stuff. They be like, "Oh, that's a hacker or it's a scam or like they're lame or something." Yeah.
Oh yeah. When the world started like counting followers, like, oh, this person has like 2K followers or whatever. That's when everybody's egos went like this. I feel.
Yes.
Definitely. And the accessibility, you said, Jayla, like they have in the kids' Instagram and all that. That is too much. No minor should be on social media. Your friends are at daycare. If you can't see them, then we'll schedule a play date. Like that's way
is Schoology, them assignments.
Yeah, there it is right there. You'll see them on Zoom between these hours and these hours. Like it's way too scary, especially with like hacking technology, how people are able to get into things. It's entirely terrifying to think about what your children have access to with social media, especially younger ones with no discernment.
Cause it was like a couple of years ago, they were hacking into YouTube Kids, putting videos on how to kill yourself on YouTube Kids. Like these little children, now they're gonna be like, oh well, I saw them do this in the video, so now they're gonna do it. Now you got all these fatalities because you let your child. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using YouTube Kids because it's some type of education. It can be educational, or if you want them to just sit down somewhere, give it to them. But like, yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
So, okay, y'all ready? Oh, go ahead, Keitha.
Oh, I was just gonna say I saw this tweet. It was like yesterday. And it was like normalize snapping for the memories and not actually posting it. And I totally agree with that. Snap it. So you say, oh yes, I went here, or you can look back and look at memories, but you don't have to post it. Everybody has to know where you at because it can go down different paths that all of them aren't good. So it's just like just snap to get the memories. You don't have to post it. That's all I gotta say.
I agree. And I would even take it a step further or backwards, if you will, and say, take a picture and go to CVS, go to Walgreens, print that junk out and scrapbook it. Like that's something you could share with your friends. That's something you could share like with your future friends when y'all go off to college and stuff. Those are memories that last. And nothing is cuter than like coming over to your grandma's house or to your homegirl's house. And she's like, oh, here's the scrapbook I made at the time we went to the Bahamas. And it's like, oh yeah. Because technology, though it's wonderful, it doesn't always do what we want it to do. You know.
Yeah.
So I definitely encourage young people start scrapbooking. You never know how much fun you'll have with that. And y'all like to make money, y'all can sell them. Design and sell some scrapbooks. You know. So filters. How many of us has ever put a filter on a picture
Yeah.
and still will?
Right.
Right.
Are they a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a little of both in there, like, because they're like a thing. It's like it depends on how you use them. Because I use filters for fun to like make pictures look funnier sometimes, or like make them look more interesting. Like maybe I'll make it like all black and white, or like make it look like a really old picture. But I think when there's a certain point with filters where it stops becoming about how can I make my picture look more enjoyable, or how can I have more fun with the filters, and how can I try and hide that I like make other people think that I'm better than I am, and try and hide like my imperfections.
I agree. And I feel like if you want to use a filter, then you can use a filter. If you want to put that mask on, then do that. That's you. That's whatever you
Right.
want to do. That's your prerogative. I mean, personally, I try not to use filters all the time, but it just make my pictures look better. But still, I try to limit it because sometimes it's okay to take natural pictures. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was gonna say, look, I got a filter right here. I was like, I try to look. I'm trying to make
That's
sure
okay.
I use filters, but it's just like I use them, but like Jella said, I make sure I take some. Like, hey, you still pretty. You're still
Right.
beautiful. So it's just like as long as you balance it out, and as long as you're not constantly photoshopping and editing your pictures to make yourself feel beautiful when you know through yourself and we're like you don't look like that, then
Yeah.
don't do that.
I definitely agree. I think it also says a lot about you as an individual, and this is just my perspective. When you're able to look at yourself as natural as you came into the world and be like, you know what? Oh, this is the bomb. Especially as young Black women, because there's so much pull for us to look away, do our hair away, like Jayla was saying earlier, be built away. And so when you can strip away the filter, when you can strip away the good lighting, as much as we love that twilight hour, sometimes we got to strip away the good lighting and just be in our natural element. I think that's really good for us. And so I have recently made it a habit when I take my pictures, freckles and all, crooked teeth and all, hair might be looking like, what's it doing? I'm still like, you know what, Lisa? Okay, sis, I see you. I see the eyes glowing. I see the brows on fleek. I see you rocking your skin, which is glowing. And I encourage young people definitely to do the same. Like, take a moment to appreciate the beauty in you. Because believe it or not, right now, natural is trending, which is mad crazy. How you gonna tell me looking normal is a trend now? So I say honor it before someone else tells you it's not a trend anymore. So by then you still like, nope, still cute
Yeah,
and
I
is.
think yeah, I think it's just trying to normalize it more, which is something that I don't know if you guys know what council culture is, but yeah, normalizing things is something that social media started to do, like especially with natural beauty, especially with girls, help girls, the the male race. I'm not race, the male species. I'm not gonna say all of them have pulled us down, but the vast majority of them have. So it's just like girls help girls. So when you see a girl that looks she's struggling with her beauty and she seems very insecure, we're uplifting her because we can't have that. You're too strong, you're too beautiful to keep feeling like I'm not good enough. Oh, this boy doesn't like me, so I'm not pretty. Nobody likes me, so I'm not good enough. That's not good. So it's just like girls help girls. Uplift yourself. If you need that extra boost, go to your friends. Uplift yourself because you are beautiful. You are genuinely beautiful inside and out. So quit putting yourself down. It's unnecessary.
That's so who?
Period.
Period. Like, even the puppy in the background agreeing, like, talk your stuff, Kanisia. The puppy's like, come on, church. Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed, 100%. I love it. And let me ask you, Stanley, from a young man's point of view, is there pressure on y'all for social media to look away, to be away? Because I haven't seen it really. I feel like when it comes to males on social media, girls are just kind of like, ooh, either they find you attractive or they don't, or they're looking more towards like material things.
Yeah, it's sort of like almost like a background thing, kind of. So like guys, you may have noticed this, you may have not. This isn't like for all guys, but for like most of the guys that I know, don't really post a lot on social media and don't really use most of parts of social media. But and when they do, it's like I went to this dance with this girl, or I went to the beach, and it's just kind of. But anyway, it's more of like a background pressure to like stay cool with like everybody else. So like, don't post this if you don't want people to like judge you for it tomorrow at school, or like, don't post this because you don't have those washboard abs yet, and you don't want anyone to know that. It's like living up to an expectation that no one's actually set and no one actually believes in, but everybody doesn't want to like break it.
Wow. That makes sense though, because if y'all, I don't know if it's just me, but really, if you go to like a lot of your male friends' pages, it's really not pictures of them. It's probably like three of them, and they, every once in a while they'll post another, but then they subtract one after they add one. But the reasoning you said makes a lot of sense. There's behind the scenes pressure for them to just kind of be cool. Huh. Wow. Learn something new every day. Stanley took his mic drop back. Okay, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna let you have it. So a lot of y'all are younger. Is anyone working yet or looking to start working or anything like that?
I applied to the crew. At the
Hey, shout out to crew. Shout out to crew. That's another program audience that is super, super amazing, ran by the YWCA Family Research Center. And basically what we do is it's a 4-week summer program where students can work and get paid, okay? And they gain professional development skills while they do it. So shout out to crew. Yes, always gotta, put that in there. But so let's talk professionalism, right? In social media. So when I was coming up, the way that it worked was you did not post anything on social media that could prevent your job from hiring you. Why? Because back then, jobs would look you up on social media. First and last name. This is before we got smart and said, let me put something else as my name. They would look you up and they would like pull out your stuff at the interview and be like, well, you said on so-and-so July 3rd, I don't need no job. I am a job, right? So that's how it worked back then. What are your thoughts on it now? Like, I know a lot of young people, y'all make y'all's money, hustler all day. Gen Z is the hustler generation. But what do you think about having social media and being a professional?
For me, whenever I post something or write something or talk to someone, I think the idea is this something that in like 10 to 15 years that you would be okay with someone showing you or seeing it and being like, yeah, I wrote that. That was me. And not, that you must have the wrong account. I don't know who that is, but that wasn't me. You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely
Like,
do.
like if I were to get famous in like 15 years and someone were to dig up my old Instagram posts, I don't want them to like, I don't want to like be wiped off the face of the map because I get canceled.
Cancel culture. Got
Right.
you. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
could.
she always makes it a point to tell us that if we post something on social media, like remember that no matter how fast you take it down, somebody can easily screenshot it or record it, screen record it. Like there are so many ways you can screenshot stuff and people not know. Like even on Snapchat, they have different ways. And just like be mindful of what you post because like Stanley said, 20 years you can run for president and then next thing you know you hop on Twitter and you trending. Hashtag cancel so-and-so. Like
We're gonna talk about the Snapchat secrets later, sis. We're gonna talk about that because I got some questions. What do you think?
I can totally agree on that. I know of people who have actually lost their jobs because of what they have posted on social media, and it happened recently. And that's really really sad because it's like people warned you. You've been taught different, you've been taught better, but you still continue to say, hey, I want to be famous, this, that, and third. For somebody, I I mean, for people who probably won't even care about you the next day, one video blows up and you're really big to them after that one little 15-second video. So it's just like it's not worth it. I'd rather have a stable job than me relying on other people to give me money, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Absolutely. And y'all brought it up and y'all really expounded on it. So earlier Kanita said two words. She said cancel, she said culture, right? Cancel culture is the internet, your internet cousin's ability to decide that they don't want you at the cookout no more. What that basically means is that regardless of how popular, popping, hot, cool you are, you have one time to offend the wrong person and the smear campaign will start and it will be hashtag cancel this, hashtag we don't support, hashtag down with so and so. Perfect example, T.I. Growing up, y'all, I was T.I. You understand? I was Tusker Gang all day. I love T.I. Would ride or die. When the man went to jail, I wrote him a letter. I was sad, okay? However, in the media lately, especially when it comes to his daughter, he just tripping. And so what did his internet cousins do? They said, T.I., we through with you. We didn't had enough. And so that happens every day to the social media influencers or the people who make themselves popular based off of the attention that people give them. And like I said, it takes one time, one slip. So how do y'all navigate cancel culture? Like if everybody's like, this person's done, are y'all done with them too instantly? Or is it like, I'll give them a couple more times?
I don't do it instantly. I try to figure out like what happened. Because sometimes like this generation is so sensitive. They'll cancel somebody over like something that's not even supposed to be like, it's not major. So I look into it before I be like, let me unfollow them or let me do this. You know, I don't just like jump into cancel culture.
Yeah, because cancel culture, like she said, it's really cool. Like they're really, really sensitive. And so it's just like they tried to cancel a 4-year-old because she was Asian and she said the N-word. She didn't even know what she was saying. So how you gonna cancel a 4-year-old when all she doing is trying to get cute and be pretty and get some likes? She didn't know what she was saying. So it's just like it's cancel culture. I cannot stand cancel culture. That's all I have to say.
Right. Like it's just crazy. People people are there one day and then they're just gone the next. And it's almost like a fad, really. Because like there's never like a prolonged effort to cancel someone. It's always like we're gonna cancel this person, and then in like 3 days, everyone's just moved on to the next person.
Yes.
Whether that person has left and gone to learn about their mistakes, or whether they've just signed a $3 million contract for their next project.
Yes, that happened with James Charles. Have y'all heard about that? This
Mm-hmm.
That's the
man,
makeup guy.
Yeah.
he not gonna be a makeup guy no more because him and Morphe. No, I'm serious. Him and Morphe have dropped their contract with each other. That was his main source of income. So
Mm.
now because of the allegations that he has, and well, they're not allegations anymore. They were proven true. Um, he can't. He has to find another source of income because after what's going on and how long it's been going on, nobody's gonna support him anymore. That's the same thing that happened with Shane Dawson. Now, another example that can contradict that is Doja Cat, and I can speak personally from that because what happened with Doja Cat, she should have been gone, but her music was too good for me to drop her. I'm sorry. So around, I apologize. I really do.
It's the honesty for me, okay?
But her music was too good. Kiss Me
Yeah,
More.
like a week, and then she dropped a song, and everybody was just like, "Okay."
My
Just,
God,
To be honest, when they tried to cancel Doja, I was like Jayla said, like, let me do some research. Like, where was the girl raised? What was her background? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then there's some other things, I'm on the clock, so I can't say them. But you can clearly tell the child is a troll. Like, she literally gets on the internet and trolls y'all all day. Like, stuff that people want to be up in arms about, she gonna sit there and aggravate y'all to be up in arms about it. So, let me play this CD. Like, for real.
right.
We gonna play this song.
Yeah,
Oh my
because cancel culture like started out with like trying to like okay, so cancel culture like started out with like accountability, right? Like you did this thing and people need to know that you did this thing so that way they can stop supporting you because you shouldn't have done this thing. And maybe after you've gone away for a while out of the public eye and done some learning about what you did and why it was wrong, and apologize to people and done the work and everything in that nature, you can come back and rejoin us here in the public. But I feel like it's gotten so out of hand where like nobody's even, it's like just little things. Like everyone's so sensitive, like Jayla was saying. Like we're not like, we're looking for a problem.
Right.
Correct. So, I'm sorry, but I could just speak on cancel culture all day because it's such a big topic. But like with Lil Nas X, I feel as though he should truly be canceled for the stuff he has done, for the offensive things he has done. They love to say that the Christianity community is really, really toxic, and I feel as though it's not because they feel as though the main ones who say we're forcing our religion on them are the main ones who truly need it. So I feel as though, I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I feel as though the true Christian meaning is to, if you truly believe, wait, let me say this. If you truly believe in God and the Holy Ghost, you will share the word regardless of the hate you get back. You will try to get more of his, like, recruit more people, not recruit, that's the wrong, I don't know how to word it, but it's like have more people believe in the same God that you believe in so they can go to the heavens and not perish in the pits of down under. So I just feel as though Lil Nas X should have been canceled, but they're trying to keep him above waters when you have Doja Cat and a 4-year-old little girl who said something oh so innocent, but you want to cancel her. But you have somebody who's dancing provocatively on the devil, who's downright promoting the devil, but you want to cancel a little girl over saying the N word accidentally. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I
So
I
yeah,
get
that's
what
how
you're
they.
saying. Oh, go ahead.
I was just like, it's just crazy to me because nobody's forcing their religion on you. Nobody's trying to make you believe in God. Like God said, like I've been told this all my life, don't hate the person, hate the sin. So am I against the LGBTQ community? No, I'm not. By all means, be who you truly are. But at the same time, the people who feel as though Christianity is such a bad thing is really not. You just have this twisted perspective on it, and somebody has twisted your perspective so bad to the point where you don't want no dealings with it, and it's not bad at all. It's actually a really, for me personally, it's really a decent way of living, and I'm slowly trying to merge myself back onto the right path because I admit I have gotten off the right path, but I will start myself back onto the right path. It's so simple. Like he's a forgiving person, a forgiving God. It's simple. You know, it don't cause for oh like all the religions they believe in, it costs an arm and a leg to get who they believe in trust back. And
Yeah. So I get what you're saying though, like with stuff like the little 4-year-old girl, right? That could be something that, as innocent as she was at that age, it could be something that was picked up and learned. And instead of people trying to see it and be understanding, or even just think outside of like whatever their view of is, oh, it's just wrong. Really, instead of using logic, people are just like, cancel the 4-year-old. No more 4-year-olds in the world because this one's wrong. Versus giving grace to something that could be a bigger deal for some people, like, you know, something that has to do with religion or something that has to do with race, or even something that has to do with something like beauty standards. So you've got, you know, people who are like, oh, Little Nas is okay, but cancel Doja, cancel James. When there are some people who are like, keep James, keep Doja, but cancel Little Nas. So I definitely get what you're saying. It is about, I guess, forgetting cancel culture, because it's like Stanley was saying, everybody's going about, oh, go away for a little bit. And then once you drop the next hot song or the next hot clothing line, we're going to be right there to support you.
Right.
it's
Or
like
yeah.
a punishment.
crying.
Yeah. Go to your room and I'll see you in 2 days. I definitely agree.
The
Okay,
cancel
y'all ready?
culture.
Yeah, cancel culture.
Yeah.
Can we hashtag that? They gonna come for us, y'all. The cancel culture. Go like, cancel them. Okay, so Y'all ready for this? Let's talk about Black creatives, right? Because it's important, especially with like the apps we have out, like TikTok now. TikTok is the dancing app. That's what my mama call it. What's the dancing app? It's called TikTok, mommy. With Black creatives on social media, do y'all feel as though they're getting the props they deserve for the work that they do?
No, I don't. I remember I'm not really on TikTok, so I don't really remember the name of the dance, and I wasn't really like there for the scandal when it happened. But essentially, Jimmy Kimmel invited like a really popular TikToker, a white TikToker, to do a dance that she had supposedly come up with
You talk
on
about
his
the
show.
Renegade?
I think so, yeah. And then
In
it was
Hollywood.
actually some Black girls that came up with it. And so then he had to invite them on his show to apologize to them.
Right. Like
Yeah,
she missed so many opportunities. Like Charlie, she had danced with some type of basketball team because they thought she had came up with the Renegade, and we're like, you know that you didn't come up with this, and you let this go on for a long time, thinking like people are tagging you like dance credit go to her or whatever, and it's like.
Mhm.
If you really look at it, the original dance and what we thought the Renegade was, you can tell that she altered it because the original one is kind of hard and she altered it so it could be easier. Like, there's no way you didn't, like, you thought, oh, I made up this dance. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was
This was
sad that it had to be, nobody knew about it until a journalist had wrote about it. Like, that's so sad that she had to work her way up from like thousands of like a little bit of followers to try to compete where she should have been at. Like, everybody was doing her dance and she wasn't getting no type of credits for it. She wasn't getting no followers. She wasn't getting verified, and it took all of that people to start seeing that article for her to get the props that she got. And it shouldn't be like that. Like, if you know that wasn't your dance, you should have said that. When people tagged you, you should be like, no, this is the real girl. But she didn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Khadijah?
Oh, I just agree with them because there is multiple dances out there that Black creators have made, but other people, specifically whites, have taken it and made it easier and got popular off of it. And like she said, it just shouldn't be that way. Give credit where credit is due.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think for whatever reason, um, there just seems to be some type of like wall that, like we think there isn't, or we know it's there, but for everyone else, it's like, no, you had the same opportunity to be TikTok famous. You just weren't trying hard enough. But it's like, baby, you got famous doing my material. Like it's like you really should be paying me royalties for this, actually.
Yeah.
Can I get a writer's credit or something? And so I found something. I have to go back and find it. And for the Q&A, I'll have it with me. But I found something where there's a gentleman who got tired of seeing things happen like that. Like, the little girl's name, I believe, is
Jalea Harmon.
Jalea. Thank you.
Jalea or
She got
Jalea.
tired. Oh, go ahead.
I think it's Jalea or Jalea, one of them.
Queen, we apologize for mispronunciation. But yeah, our renegade queen is what we'll call her. This person got tired of seeing young Black TikTokers get their creative choreography, their makeup challenges, their songs, all of that. He got tired of seeing them take it. And so he decided that he was going to create a way for them to make money off of the things that they do and get it copyrighted. And I'm going to have that for y'all when we come back. But I definitely think that's amazing. And it's a beautiful way to give space to these young minds who may want to be choreographers when they grow up. They may want to be dance instructors. They may want to be the next Debbie Allen or Alan Ailey, So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the other day on Instagram, I saw this Black artist on Instagram. He was talking about how last summer he got like a surge of new followers, and then about 2 months later, they all just vanished. And he was struggling to figure out why until he talked to some of his partners and friends in the art community on Instagram. And he realized that what they were seeing was like a surge of white people that had went looking for Black creators, and then after a while just vanished.
For real? I hit my knee.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow. It's gritty like that, really.
That's why I always say that us as a world, we unintentionally segregate ourselves, and it's so sad to say that, but we really do. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's just like every person I've met that's either black or white, we all have this mindset that's like, it's like it has shackles on us to the point where it's like, oh, I see a white person, let me not act this way because they're gonna judge me. Back to the TikTok situation, it's just like we have to, us as African Americans have to almost show our tails on social media or to get some kind of recognition as far as getting popular and getting all these likes and stuff. But you have a white person who does something oh so simple, gets millions and millions of likes and millions of followers, and it just shouldn't be that way. We should have the same exact opportunity as they do. We shouldn't have to show ourselves to get that amount of likes. We just shouldn't.
You better come on, Cynthia. She said, I'm gonna come on here my first episode. I'm gonna rock the house. Okay. I definitely agree with that. It is a you see a lot of like out there behavior with TikToks from Black people, you know what I mean? And then you go to like the other pages and it's simple stuff like, oh, we're gonna do a school skit, or we're gonna do this type of skit, or oh, I'm a TikTok business person, follow my business page. And it's like, well, dang, they got businesses too, but we gotta do the more extreme stuff. So I definitely agree with that. She's stealing your mic drop, Stanley. All right, so let's get into these questions. Y'all ready? And then we're gonna play Stanley's favorite game. All right, so where do you think the world will be without social media? If we didn't have it, if it didn't exist, where would we be?
That's a tough question because it could go two ways. It could be like, social media is really good when it comes to reconnecting people and keeping in contact with people. And like you said, branding your skills, showing off your talents, all these opportunities and stuff. But on the other side, if social media wasn't there, people's self-esteem wouldn't be so low. Like they wouldn't be looking at beauty standards. What else? Thumb thugging wouldn't be a thing. Cyberbullying.
Go
All
back.
these
Go back. You said what would be a thing?
thumb thugging.
What is thumb thugging?
Like when you got you talking all this stuff on social media, that's thumb thugging. Like you hiding behind a phone, you thumb thugging, like you typing, but you really not about it. Like that wouldn't be a thing. Like but you're not like you do that on social media, but then in real life you're not like that. So yeah, so many problems would not be in the world today if it wasn't for social media. That's why I say this. It can go either way.
Thumb thugging. I agree with what you said entirely. It is a catch-22 through social media. Yeah. What do you think, Kanithia and Stanley?
I think that social media is really powerful. And so, like Jayla said, there's so much good that we've gotten out of it, like the ability to connect with others. And I know people that like get a lot of information from social media. Like a lot of the information that we've had about racial injustice that we have right now, the video evidence would not be widely circulated if it wasn't for social media. But on the other hand, it has this dark, toxic underbelly that has just hurt so many people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just agree with what they said.
Yeah. I grew up when there wasn't social media, yeah. So when I was born, the internet wasn't real popular yet. Okay, I'm hiding because I know y'all calling me old. Y'all see? But no. So I grew up, I think, at a lucky time because, like, yeah, we grew with social media, but we in our adolescent years, our early teens, we didn't really have it. So it was like, if you want to know if your homie home, you need to get on your bike and ride down the street and see if they, if they in the front yard playing. And I can say that while it does have its perks, unfortunately, it has made us feel, or some people feel, as though they don't add up, as though they are wasting time, as though something is missing from their life if they're not being validated by people they don't know, which is totally insane when we were raised not to talk to strangers anyway. So yeah, that's me on social media these days. Um, if you could go back and do it all over again, right? From the first profile you ever created online, is there anything that you would do different?
The only thing I would do is change my Snapchat username.
That's really all I would do too. Other than that, I wouldn't do nothing because I feel as though those were stepping stones for me to get to the point I am at today. Without those things, I wouldn't be as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be as responsible as I am today on social media. So it's just like without.
Right. I made so many friends through social media since the pandemic. That's how me and Kanithia met. We haven't been in person, but we met through Snapchat. You know.
Oh,
So
how
there.
beautiful. Thank you, Snapchat. Hey. What do you think, Stanley?
I don't really have too much that I take back from social media. I can't really think of anything. Like Kenethia said, all of the things that I've done on social media have are like expressions of like the things that have gotten me to where I am.
I love it. I think for me, and I'm a little bit more seasoned, I would just, and this is before Snapchat was really like popping for real and it didn't save memories. I would go back and not record or not take pictures and actually save those memories with myself versus having the camera up and being like, oh, girl, we having a ball. Like, are you having a ball? Or is the internet thinking you're having a ball? So yeah, I think
So
that's the
basically, you're
only.
saying you wish that you would have like lived in the moment instead of like living it through a camera.
Absolutely. I definitely do. And I encourage you all to as well because the feeling is way different of when you go back and watch a video when you actually experience it. And I'm not saying don't take your photos. Have your photos, have your moments, but make sure you disconnect from the internet and really soak up the moment you're in because it matters. It's the thing that's going to stick with you the most. Cameras go, social media goes, but your memory, it sticks around. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was just about to add, like, to me, I'm very in touch with music. So like if a song is playing in the background, like, and I hear that song again, I'm gonna think of that memory. So it's just like it's not a photogenic memory, I guess you could say. It's like an actual memory from like that song holds. Like I don't know, I think I get what I'm saying, but it's just
Yeah.
like that's how I like to listen to music a lot because it's like in the heat of the moment and this song is playing, I'm gonna remember this moment forever because of this song.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely. Music will do that for you. Yeah, it'll definitely do that. And I like how a lot of the new social media has it to where you can put your music on your story. Cause I'm like, y'all gonna get this Big Daddy Kane while I got my cute little picture in the background. Okay, y'all can get with this because how I feel. Or when I play my West Coast music, because I miss Cali, so I'm like, play this West Coast tune while I post this picture of me on the beach. So yeah, absolutely. Stanley, you ready?
I'm ready.
They don't know what it is, but we about to tell them. Okay, listen, y'all. So we got this game that we play, and it's a game, but it's not a game. Okay, it's called 20 seconds or less. The way that this works is you will be given a category, and you will have 20 seconds or less to name the things in that category. Now, because it is Black Women's History Month, we are going to allow you 25 seconds. However, that's all you get. Okay, that's all you get. All right. Stanley, do you have something in mind?
How about influencers?
Oh, that's hard. Ooh. Okay, so y'all, who wants to go first? Pick a number 1 through 20.
15.
Okay.
9.
The number was 7. A fun trick about me, the number is probably always going to be 7. So just keep that in mind. All right, Miss Jayla, you have 25 seconds or less to name 5 social media influencers.
5.
And it's going to be couples too, okay? So the couples count as 2. All right, ready, set, go.
De'Ara and Ken, James Charles, Charles and Emilio, can't think of nobody. Carmen and Corey, they're a YouTube couple.
She gave us 6. You can stop, girl. You done gave us 6 of them. All right, she coughed it up for her. I love it. I wish Miss Destiny was here to see you. She'd be so proud. She loves this game. All right, Miss Kenithia, you ready? Yours is not going to be the same as hers. That's the thing we didn't tell you. All right, you love music. So, who's your favorite artist?
Black.
Come on, with the you know good music. I love it. All right. I can't give you him. I had to ask. I don't give you that person. Okay, so in 25 seconds or less, can you name 5 songs by Janae Aiko?
Oh, okay.
Ready,
Mhm.
set, go.
BS, China Smoke, One Way, Above and Beyond, and Sativa.
I'm through. Clap it up for it because you didn't have to do it, but you did. Destiny, I want you to know that they are out here representing, okay? They are representing. Family,
All
your
right.
turn. Are you ready?
I'm
And
so
you get
ready.
the same 25 seconds.
Okay.
All right. So in 25 seconds or less, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
If you keep asking me, I'm gonna have to say no.
Can you name, do you watch anime?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I do too. I want you to name 5 animes. One of them cannot be Bleach. Ready? And one of them cannot be Naruto. So no Naruto, no Bleach. 5 animes.
Okay.
Ready? Get set, go.
All right. I'm gonna say Boruto.
Okay.
I'm gonna say My Hero Academia.
Ugh.
Attack on Titan. I'm gonna say Dragon Ball. And I'm gonna say One Piece.
Oh, with 7 seconds left to spare. And you ain't named my brother's favorite anime last. He loves One Piece. I love it. All right, what you got for me?
Okay. I'm trying to think of something.
Y'all can think of something too. In the audience, you are more than welcome to think of something. To play along as well, Jayla and Kenithia, y'all can think of something for me too. I just want y'all to know I don't lose ever.
Oh, you said you don't what?
I don't lose.
Oh.
I'm thinking so hard.
We're coming up with something hard for you.
Oh, okay. Let me sit my cue. I'm a little nervous.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
25 seconds or less.
Okay.
Black celebrity couples.
Oh. Ooh. They gotta still be together. Look, they still gotta be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The divorce rate is high. Ooh, okay. Let me know when to start.
All right. Hold on. All right, go.
Okay, go. Okay. Will and Jada, Denzel and his wife, Steve Harvey and Marjorie, Obama and Michelle. Oh, I need one more. My mama and my daddy, they celebrities to me. They don't count. Okay. Oh, Ice Cube and his wife. Damn. What?
Okay.
All right.
Mommy, that was for you. You a celebrity, me girl. You shining. Oh, I didn't say Beyonce. That's crazy. Okay. She a single lady in my head. That's why I forgot. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Well, y'all, that's it. That's a wrap. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. But before we go, let's do one final word. This is the part where we check in with our co-hosts. We check in with our audience. So with one word, how do you all feel after we have saved the world by talking about social media?
Inspired.
I feel
Motivated.
inspired. I guess you say inspired.
Yeah, you can feel inspired. Absolutely. I feel enlightened. I learned a lot from y'all. And I feel hopeful. So that's 2. I feel enlightened and hopeful because y'all definitely have some heads on your shoulders. And I know that it's not just y'all in your generation. So there are other people out there who have that mindset. And so I know it's going to be really, really dope going forward. So that's my 2. And audience, you know, your good note. How do you feel? Y'all can drop it in the chat and we would love to see that. And that, like I said, y'all, is a wrap on episode 3 of That's whY2K. Jency has the floor. Again, I am Nisa Muhammad, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Get ready for our Q&A after this. Bye.
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 Bye.